Why care about dust control in construction? What construction-related activities produce dust in the air? Demolition, brick cutting, the use of cement, moving earth, drilling and cutting, to name a few. Dust emissions levels will vary depending on levels of activity, operations and weather conditions. Vehicles are a major contributor to dust emissions as they disturb laying dust as they move over temporary roads or open ground. Why do you need to control dust emission levels in construction? Failure to address and control dust can be fatal to workers and the local communities you're working in. Dust is defined as small particulate matter between 1 and 75 microns. Dust emission occurs when the particles become airborne, for example from wind. Research undertaken in the USA suggests that 85 to 90% of the dust emissions at construction sites are size PM10 and the remaining 2.5 to 10. PM10 particles with a diameter of 10 micrometers or less. Once inhaled, these particles can affect the heart and lungs and cause serious health effects. PM2.5 particles with a diameter of 2.5 micrometers or less travels deep into the lungs and the bloodstream. Short-term exposure can lead to irritated eyes, nose and throat, worsening asthma and lung diseases such as chronic bronchitis, heart attacks and arrhythmias in people with heart disease. Long-term exposure to PM2.5 can lead to reduced lung function, development of cardiovascular and respiratory diseases, and reduction in life expectancy. Effective management of dust emissions is therefore essential for protecting the respiratory health of workers in the local community. What does the law say about dust emissions control at work? Dust exposure must be risk assessed under the COSH regulations of 2002. Under the COSH regulations, workplace exposure limits are assigned to a large number of hazardous substances in the air, which must not be exceeded. WELS are British occupational exposure limits approved and enforced by the Health and Safety Executive. They are legally binding. What about protecting local communities? Poor air quality can cause serious health problems and reduces the quality of life for all. To protect communities, local authorities require that dust and air quality impacts are minimised and mitigated during the construction of any building. In London, the Mayor introduced a requirement for construction impact assessments. These include monitoring dust and air quality emissions. Tips for managing dust exposure. Use local extraction suitable for the task, which draws dust away from high-producing activities. Use dust suppressant systems such as damping down. Find alternative, less hazardous materials. Train workers and give them information. Be clear on why it's important dust emissions are managed. Erect effective barriers around dusty activities or the site boundary. Check the controls you introduce to ensure they're working effectively. Use agreed wet cleaning methods or mechanical road sweepers on all roads during periods of dry weather. Provide effective vehicle cleaning and specific wheel washing facilities at all exits. Use consolidated surfaces on roads near to residential areas. All vehicles are switch engines off, no idling. Temporarily cover earthworks if possible. Securely cover skips. No burning of material on site. How can EMSOL help? EMSOL's real-time monitoring will indicate when and where a problem with dust emissions occurs, identifying dust from vehicle, plant and delivery activities. EMSOL makes the management of dust emissions simpler and ensures resource-constrained teams are only notified when a problem occurs. EMSOL records mitigations and ensures your customizable reports scientifically prove effective dust emissions monitoring and measures are in place. So you can reduce costs, improve community engagement and win more projects. EMSOL delivers precise, targeted actions to reduce pollution every day and enables sites to avoid breaches, stay operational and reduce fines, empowering small compliance teams to remotely control and manage site pollution, and giving contractors visibility and control of their total site pollution and sources, creating a powerful data set of pollution, sources, actions, and reductions. For a full product demonstration and quote for your upcoming project, email sales@emsol.io or visit our website.